Yo, what is going on, guys? So today I wanted to kind of give you guys a physique update, show you kind of like my morning posing check-ins that I send over to my coach. So I got asked a couple weeks back to do like a posing update or, kind of show where my physique is at. So I thought doing this at the end of my mini cut would be a good opportunity to do that. So right here, I'm about 203 pounds. This is fresh out of the bed in the morning. I think it's like 5:30 a.m. or something right here. And I'm just going through all the mandatory poses. So I'm not going to like go over how to hit the poses or anything like that. I just want to talk over some points, some things that I see people do. I don't know if I want to say wrong, but take the wrong approach to, in my opinion, when it comes to posing. So first thing that I see a lot of is you're seeing what I'm doing here. These are the mandatory poses. These are what you are judged on when you're on stage. And one of the biggest mistakes that I see is I don't see this so much in veteran competitors because they obviously know how this works. But a lot of the younger guys, a lot of the younger competitors, they don't practice their mandatories. They're not practicing any of these shots right here. All they're doing is hitting like these aesthetic poses, these quote unquote classic poses, all that kind of stuff. And when it comes to their mandatories, like they go on stage and it's like some of them literally don't even know that you have to hit these poses. Okay. Like they think it's just a free for all, just aesthetic classic posing fest up there or something, but you have to hit all these poses. These are what you're judged on. Those other poses, they're not even judged. Like the judge would never even call those for you to hit or to even be compared against anyone else. So that's one huge kind of mistake that I see a lot of the younger lifters making these days, is not practicing any of these poses. And then some of them actually go on stage and compete, and like they don't even know what a side relaxed is, a front relaxed, a rear relaxed, a side tricep, side chest. Like they don't even know how to hit these poses. An example I could give is when I was at my last competition, front relaxed. There were multiple people in the competition who stood relaxed. That is not a front relaxed. A front relaxed is you're flexing your quads, you are filling out your lats, you're flexing your arms and stuff a little bit. It's an actual pose, right? They were just standing there like, oh, front relax, that's time for me to take a break and catch my breath. No. Okay, so these are things that I'm talking about that are like posing mistakes, I think, that a lot of younger guys make, and then they find themselves on stage completely out of their element. And they might have a good physique, but if you cannot pose and cannot hit the mandatories, you will lose. It does not matter. So that's something to really keep in mind there. Also, just practicing your posing without a mirror. Me right here, there is no mirror here. I'm just hitting the poses, okay? And this is another big thing that I see with guys is some of the guys, they might practice their mandatories, but they only practice them in a mirror. And when you take that mirror away, it's like you completely remove the training wheels off of their bike, and they have no idea how to ride the bike without the training wheels. They start hitting the poses completely wrong because now they can't see themselves. It's almost like they get nervous or have like anxiety. Or another thing I think that happens is they don't actually know how to hit the poses if they have their eyes closed. They only know how to hit the poses when they have the mirror in front of them and they can like adjust on the fly visually. So that's another really, really important thing. Like if you're talking about you want to get into competitive bodybuilding and stuff like that, these 2 points are very important. Learning, so you can use a mirror to learn how to pose, but then after that, you need to take significant time away from the mirror and just simply learn how to pose in a vacuum, basically, because that's what's really going to separate you on stage, because on stage you don't get a mirror. You're not going to be able to see what your back shots look like. You're not going to be able to see what your front shots look like. You're not going to be able to hit pause on the camera and then go, take another shot because that one doesn't look good enough, or review your footage while you're on stage. These kind of things don't happen, okay? So those are 2 things that I wanted to cover in this short little physique update right here. So yeah, if you're trying to be a competitive bodybuilder, or you have dreams or aspirations to at some point get on stage, practice your mandatories. That is what you are judged on. That is what you are compared with other competitors. And then on top of that, practice without a mirror for significant periods of time. And it's really going to help set you apart on stage. As I said, you can have the best physique on stage, but if you do not know how to display it, you will not win. Now, if you're a person who watches pro shows, you really don't see this happen, because the pros are I shouldn't say they're really good posers, because there's really only a few, but they are experienced enough in posing that they're not going to have the mistakes that I'm talking about right here. So if you're only watching the pros, you probably think that, oh, this is very easy, everybody looks like this. But when you go to amateur shows, or maybe even very low level pro shows, you would start seeing things like this, and you'll start seeing people who actually have the better physique losing because they don't know how to pose. So I just wanted to go over a couple of those things, keeping this video on the short side. So again, that was my physique update. That was the end of my mini cut. So I'm actually 2 weeks removed from that. My cardio has been lowered. My steps have been lowered. My food has came up a little bit. And I'm actually leaner than I was in this video right here. So going into next week, we will probably up calories, keep cardio and steps where they are at. But that is a sign that you executed a mini cut very well. When you come out of it and you reduce output and you increase food, and you actually continue to maybe lose a little bit of weight, or your weight is holding, but gym performance is continuing to improve. So those are all really good signs that you executed a mini cut very well. So I'm going to wrap this video up right here. Just keep it super short, guys. If you have any questions about posing or anything like that, or any comments, just feel free to drop them below. I will go ahead and answer all of them. But yeah, until the next episode, I will catch you guys later. Peace.